Hello, Internet. So yeah, Microsoft just had their E3 press conference 2012. We're going to go over our positive, our negative, and mixed reactions. So I guess we'll just take it from the top, which was Halo 4. And I may not be a Halo fan, but I did enjoy what I saw.
Yeah, the presentation was pretty... I guess graphics really haven't been a strong point of the Halo franchise, but it was like it looks pretty good. It looks different enough from the other Halos that I thought, oh, this looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like the Forerunner weapons. When you went to like pick them up, they'd like float and then assemble. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, sort of like Transformers almost.
Yeah. And then, like, when you fought the AI enemy thing, whatever that was, like, it had, like, a little drone, and you threw a grenade, and it threw it back. That was pretty cool. And, like, that whole combat sequence was pretty decent, so that was pretty interesting.
If you haven't guessed, which you probably haven't since he's been silent, but RPG is here with us. First time in a long time.
Well.
Since we're doing positives, you might not hear anything from him for a while, so... Just so you know, he's here.
I am. And, yeah, Microsoft. Woo.
So yeah, I've said I'm a subconscious Halo fan, so I think I was pretty excited. I like how it looks, so let's do this.
I've only played, like, the first and the second one, so I don't know, like, the whole continuation for the story or anything, so I can't really say I'm, like, a fan of the series, but I don't know. I guess they'll be happy that there's a new one coming out. So there's that.
So what's next?
They went over... Well, they didn't really go over sales numbers. They're just like, yeah, we sold #1 worldwide. Woo! That wasn't really... unless you mean, like, game thing, Trioptical.
Yeah, as far as, like, positives here.
Let's see. They showed, wasn't it Splinter Cell? Yeah, that got pumped. Cause I was
yeah.
At first I thought it was Black Ops, because in the Middle East I thought they were going to show, like, the horses part, but then, like, the marketing execute came up, I was like, oh, yes. And Sam Fisher was just doing his thing. They had some Kinect stuff, and I was like, whatever, I don't care, because I'm not high on Kinect. Still not. I'd rather but you could do that later. And then, yeah, mark and execute on the fly, mark and execute, and then, like, that, they had, like, this part where, like, the Kinect, you could, like, make sounds to, like, distract the enemy, and, like, he walked over, did, like, took him and, like, threw him over the top of the building, and then just, like, a whole segment of just, like, him going to town on bad dudes. And then at the end, I was like getting excited because I was hoping, because I remember in Conviction, you would, like, interrogate dudes before, like, they gave you intel, and I was hoping they'd have the Kinect integration. Where's the nuke, mofo? Where's the nuke? Jack Bauer style. Didn't go down. Almost had me, Microsoft. Almost had me, like, 80% there.
Man, so close. Yeah, I was pretty pumped for that one. It looks like, so I was saying, it looks like a prequel, but it can't be because he's supposed to be the head of the agency now. But he looks a lot younger than he did. He was, like, very grizzled in the last few Splinter Cell, and dyed his hair, and got fit.
Well, people do that.
Batman Beyond style.
Basically.
Okay, I can see that.
Because, I mean, if you're going to be, like, the head of an agency, wouldn't you want to clean up a bit, you know, look presentable for the job? So, I mean, it makes sense.
Yes, I guess that's true. Positive. I guess the next thing, and, you know, I guess the next thing would probably be Tomb Raider was a positive. That was pretty cool.
I can't really say I enjoyed it more than last year because there's a lot of the bow and arrow stuff, and then, like, the other dudes had guns. But from, like, an action setting, it did look pretty action packed. So but that was weird because, like, it's kind of like a third-person shooter now, and I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was really a lot like Gears of War in a way, where it's just sort of these corridors that you go down, and you meet enemies here, and you shoot at them with your bow and arrow. there was a very violent-looking section where she stabbed a guy through the head.
Yeah.
Like after he was
angry.
down already, and it's like, huh? So okay.
That was necessary, I guess. But
I guess-
I mean, it's different from what they showed, or slightly different from what they showed before. Because this one, I guess, this trailer was more action oriented in comparison to the one they showed before, where she was kind of like going through like a cave or something and looking for items and everything to get herself out. So it was kind of like, I guess, crap, I forgot the term I'm looking for here. But either way, it just seemed different from what they showed before, because I kind of liked the stuff I saw before. I kind of liked the direction it was going with, where it seemed like it was like a little grittier and more like puzzle focused and all that kind of stuff. But then
it's more like exploration and adventure, and this was just like guns blazing, shooting people up,
start stabbing people in the face and shooting them in the legs. So it wasn't like, I don't know. I guess it didn't get me as excited as the previous trailers did. But
So,
I mean, the game still looks good though.
Tekken, would you say for you, is it like how Gears of War 3 was at 2 E3 press conferences, and it was just the second time was much less exciting?
Yeah, I'd say
was
that, it was like that.
No, it was like that. Sad for Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but who knows? It's not out yet, so there's still.
As far as a showing, though, sad for Tomb Raider showing.
Yeah.
Well, I just have a note in my notes about the Splinter Cell before we move on, is that they're bringing back Spies vs. Mercenaries, so everyone's like, no, they took it out, so it's coming back, finally. And more co-op, because co-op's awesome.
Yes. Man, I'm having trouble thinking of...
See? Told you.
Truly... Well, so... Okay, and I guess those are more mixed. Tekken, do you have any other positives?
Resident Evil 6.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, that got just jumbled up in between all the other crap. Yeah, it's like... Poor Capcom. It's like they finally show off something good for Resident Evil 6, and it gets mixed in with concerts and all this other crap that was going on. It's like,
all right, RPG, settle down. We can get to that. You can do a whole spiel in a moment.
Sorry. Just, Microsoft. Seriously.
Yeah, Resident Evil 6, it was a pretty lengthy gameplay demo. Looks very action-packed, too. Some of the stuff they showed, so you can move and shoot. You can, there's a cover system. I don't know really why he was in cover for that section, since the zombies don't shoot. Whatever. There are indeed zombies, so that was really awesome.
Although they did show like the zombies using it seemed like some of them were using tools or something. So maybe they did get smart enough to use guns eventually. So maybe he had to learn to use cover, because it's like zombies ooh, this looks like an AK-47.
Just randomly shooting in your direction.
The Poggers in Resident Evil 4 would use whatever tools are at their disposal. So maybe it's just like that. They pick up something and use it against you.
What? Or something.
But his takedowns are brutal. Just as even more so in this game.
Yep.
He has his kickback. Oh yeah, it was Leon Kennedy, by the way. So it's the dude from 2 and 4. And him and some new character, I think it was Ina or Ida, I can't know what he did.
I could have already said Elena or something like that, what he called out for.
Yeah, they're in the helicopter and he said her name, but I didn't really catch it, so... Yeah, it's a new character for the game, or franchise, so that's interesting. But, he was just, banging zombies' heads against, doors, and they were exploding. I was like, holy crap, that was awesome, so I was pumped. And then, he had, the very beginning of the demo, he went... on his back and was rolling Solid Snake style from Metal Gear Solid 4. That's pretty cool. So he's more maneuverability if you fall down or something. That was interesting.
Looking good.
And there's and the QTs are back. So F the haters, because they're back. And it ends with this ridiculous QTE of helicopter explosion crash, and then they end up with this room full of zombies all around him. And he's like, man, not my lucky day. And just one liner to end it. And you're like, yes, Leon Kennedy's back.
You said they were back, but they didn't stop doing the QTEs, did they?
I'm just saying, people are down on them. They're like, QTEs are so F them. But yeah, I gotta say, I was kind of not all the way on board Resident Evil 6. After this, I'm flying the flag now. Resident Evil 6, cannot wait. Day one, just cannot wait. Yes. Oh, they also said something about like exclusive DLC first on 360 or something
That's
dumb.
probably how it's going to work.
Yeah,
For
I think I'm gonna go with mixed for those things. But we'll get to those. Any other positives you can think of?
Maybe. Well, my video feed kind of messed up during the Black Ops 2 thing, but I don't know. I enjoyed what I saw, but in my mind I'm trying to think, do I want to spend $60 on this game again? It did look nice, but I don't know.
On which game?
Black Ops 2.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't bought a Call of Duty since Modern Warfare, so...
And I want more details on the Forza game, because it looks like there were sections in the game that have like car traffic, and like one of my favorite features from like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is like, which is one of my favorite my favorite Need for Speed is that like, I'm not talking about the new one, I'm talking about like the old school or high stakes. I mean, Need for Speed High Stakes. So like, you'd like be in races, but there'd be like traffic of like other cars that were just like on the street. So I'm hoping like they added that and like that's what that was. So if they bring that back into Forza, that'd be pretty cool to play with.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go into negative because we're basically there. But yeah, a lot of things like last year and the years before, they've done a lot of demos of their new games and stuff like that. Whereas this year, a lot of stuff that perhaps we would want to see, like Fable: The Journey, that Forza thing. South Park. There were no demos. It was just trailers, and then they had people talking about it, and that was it.
Which is kind of, defeats the purpose of, a gaming conference if you don't show off stuff for your games. So, but I think this has been Microsoft's problem for the past few years, is they're kind of running out of steam on a game front. Because I mean, sure they're going to still have their franchises like Halo and Gears of War or whatever to help sell hardware, but it's like at a certain point they're going to have to do something else, because I mean, eventually when we get to like the new generation, which everybody's rumoring is supposed to be like next year, we're going to start hearing more stuff about it. But if this is all they kind of have now, I don't really expect them to like pick up steam later and keep their core audience entertained if they keep putting on shows like this, where they're pretty much just marching out celebrities and showing off trailers, or like casual things like putting putting internet browsers on their console now, which I mean, my phone's been doing that for years now. It's not a big deal. So it's just, I don't know. And now that they're shoving Kinect into everything, it's gonna Kinect.
So yeah, the one was not shown because they didn't really focus on. They didn't like the only game that they showed that they spent any decent amount of time on that was like Kinect centric. Well, I guess there were games like the Madden thing and the FIFA thing, but like the only one was like that Cannibal, or what was it called? The one with like the Chrissy Pride evil clone lady.
Are you talking about
Racketeer?
Yeah, that one. So it's like no core games for Kinect that were like, oh, check this out. It's like, oh, here you go.
But there's so many games that do similar things to the Racketeer game now. It's like can you really get all that excited about having that for your Kinect? It's like you have Angry Birds, the Boombox franchise, and other games like that Rock of Ages games or something. There's like plenty of games that already do that. So it's like, why?
Actually, I would say that's a positive. I mean, this year they didn't have a giant Kinect extravaganza where
the
there
Kinect
was a
train
bunch
did not
of little
pull up the
children.
station.
I love how that's the positive. The fact that they didn't. Thank you for not showing us stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't this huge part. It was like, yeah, we're trying to convince you up here that we're adults and we're moving around and we're having the best time of our lives.
It's like, and now for something different, and they start marching on their actors, and they're all jumping through hoops. Like
Tim Schafer would say, unleash the simulated family.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous last year.
Now it's just like, Kinect is just sprinkled in enough to every game that it feels like they're trying to shove it down your throat. And you're like, oh, well, I'll still pass.
Everything's better with Kinect. Like everything's better with salt. Lots and lots of salt. High blood pressure be damned. But, I still think they could probably just come up with, headsets that could do voice recognition stuff, it wouldn't be that hard, I'm sure, by now. So Kinect is
I guess one kind of positive for me would be that Nike Plus thing they showed, or Nike, what was it called? Nike Fitness? Nike
Connect training?
It was Kinect
something?
training. Yeah.
Connect
But
training with
it
Nike
looked a lot
Plus.
like the EA Sports Active game that I bought for the Wii that I barely played.
Yeah, but I mean, like I was telling you before, though, I think it's because the Kinect works better for fitness games than like the Wiimote thing, because their sensor for the Wiimote thing is kind of janky when you're trying to do stuff and it's not recognizing everything, and it's like, hey, how about you work? Stop not working.
Well, that's pretty much what he did with like Kinect games that they showed. It was like they played to their strengths of a fitness game, a dance game, a casual game, and that was it.
Wow, that's true. I had not noticed that.
It's like, oh, and it's not a new dance game, Dance Central 3.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, dance on stage. Oh, man.
And he wasn't even dancing with the Kinect, which made it worse.
I know, right?
It's like blatantly not even showing, and then like towards the end of the performance, they showed like a video of the gameplay, and that was mostly covered up by all the pyrotechnics going on in the background. You couldn't even see that. Like,
that part confused me so much because my stream crashed for a while, and I restarted, and I was like, did I change the...
Like,
no, I can't change the channel. This is a stream. I was like, why is there... It's a concert now? I was like, oh, wait, Xbox is in the back. Oh, this is some dance... Dance Central 3.
It's like, so that's what's going on right now. Yeah, basically. It turned into a concert. And it's just... I don't know. I think, and that's another thing too, with the whole parading of celebrities during their conferences. It's like if you really have to use like a bunch of celebrities to sell your products, then clearly there's something wrong on your content, or something wrong with your whole content for your conference, because it should be able to sell itself. You shouldn't have to get like Michael Jordan to sell your basketball game and stuff like this, because you're just like, hey, maybe you just have a good basketball game and you don't have to worry about this. So,
yeah, I think it was interesting because this year GTTV has a real-time feedback sort of graph that everyone watching can influence by clicking different buttons. And you watch, like, it started and it was all really high, and then we got into sort of the entertainment section where they talked about a lot of features coming to Xbox Live that, who knows what they're going to cost, and then it just dropped. And it was just very low for the entire middle. And then, they got to stuff like Tomb Raider and Call of Duty. Arguably, gamers should be excited about those, but it just stayed low, and I think maybe it's like people forgot that it was there. It's like, oh, I'm so sad now. I'm so sad now. It's like, oh, something good, and, then they're watching the thing.
And part of it, too, is some of these things are multi-platform anyway, so it's not like you won't see them in other places, even if they have exclusive DLC for the 360 or whatever. But
yeah, that's either a mixed or a negative for me. A lot of stuff is getting exclusive, timed something.
They even said, like, Black Ops 2 will come out first on 360, but they didn't give it specific, like, details.
So that was actually said, because I'm thinking about it now, and it seems very unbelievable to me. I'm like, really? You can delay a launch on another platform? You have that much confidence and
are you sure it's not just
money?
Are you sure it's just not the DLC that's coming out?
That's what they said.
I don't know. And I know, like, some people are tweeting, like, some of the PR people for the companies are saying, like, the DLC is coming out first for this stuff, too. But I don't know if there's, like, they're actually going to release Black Ops first for them. That seems...
Because which ones did they announce? They announced Resident Evil 6 is getting it first on Xbox.
Tomb Raider. And Black Ops.
Oh, there was a thing on screen for Resident Evil 6, but they didn't say it.
Yeah, they didn't say it. South Park, maybe? I don't know.
No, they didn't say anything about South Park.
They didn't say anything about that one?
They were just like, yeah, we're still working on it.
I was just about to say, it's like, it'll come out eventually. Don't worry. Which that game looked actually pretty good, though, because it was all, like, the show and everything. So, that's great. Wait, is that exclusive to the 360?
No, it's third party.
Oh, of course. But, yeah.
Man. negative, possible negative. I'm not really sure. Tekken was saying that there seems to be a Microsoft cheering section in the audience.
Yeah, I said I was gonna apply for them next year.
Which is like every year, like Sony or Microsoft, just like there's like stuff being announced, and people are like clapping or applauding, and it's like,
it's always coming from the same direction.
Yeah.
Even like the whole conference room is like, yeah, all excited. It's just like this one little station, like, yay, Microsoft. So it's kind of obvious that somebody got paid off to go. It could just be the Microsoft employees themselves. They're like, well, if we don't clap, I might lose my job. So they cheer these guys on. But yeah, it's not. It like no one really seemed all that excited during it was even funny because sometimes they'd like pause and wait for applause, and then there'd be like a slight silence, and then the little cheering section will go. It's like, oh yeah, that's our cue, guys. And they'll start clapping. So it's like maybe conference wasn't all that great, guys. No.
There were times I was like, I'm not convinced it exists, and then there'd be cheering at the end of the NBA app section. It's like, okay,
like
maybe I can believe that exists.
Or they like, yeah, we're adding an internet browser, and then there's like, yay! Let's all clap. Like, really? This is what you're excited about? Internet Explorer on your 360? Like, these people. So.
Okay, so about Splinter Cell, Trioptical, do you think that like just like Conviction, it's going to be exclusive on 360, or will it be multi-platform this time?
Wow.
Cause I remember you saying, "Oh, it'll come to PS3. It'll come to PS3." Never came to PS3.
Oh, Conviction?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I? Well, I probably did, but
yeah, you did. I remember.
You like to be optimistic. You do that.
I don't know. Because at the time, I remember thinking, it's like, well, there's a reason that people say that third-party exclusives are dead, and so it seemed likely. And in the past, that's how Splinter Cell has been too. I mean, it was always Xbox exclusive, and then one day it's like, oh, by the way, we're also making a PS2 version, and then we had the PS2 ones. They weren't as good, but it was there, and so when we got to this point. Double Agent was on PS3. Conviction wasn't, but look at the history and it seems likely. But yeah, now I'm not so sure. I think it may have gotten to the point where it's sort of like the PS2 era, whereas we could sell a few more if we put it on Xbox too, but then there's so many people on PS2s, we might as well just make that version. So if Conviction did that well, then probably they can do the same thing with this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say like another negative, or a negative for me would be the whole glass thing. That was just a waste of time. Like I like in the chat with me, Trioptical and RPG the whole time. I was just like, yawn, moan. I do not care. I do not have a smartphone.
He was literally doing that.
I do not have a TV because I play on HD TV or computer monitors. And it's like, this stuff does not matter to me, and I don't have a Connect, so F it. And it's like, come on, dude, show me some games. And that was like a whole just, whew.
Although I'm not really sure how you don't have a smartphone, because it's like, hey, it's 2012. Who doesn't have a damn smartphone at this point?
Well, so that part was weird. Like, I'm not sure I understand what Smart Glass is supposed to be. It seems like it's an app on these mobile devices, and then you can use that to send what's on your mobile device to the Xbox, and then obviously that's connected to your TV. So then so it's not actually Internet Explorer on your TV. It's actually Internet Explorer on your phone being streamed to your Xbox to the TV. Is that what it is?
That's what it seems.
Actually, I'm still kind of confused, Trioptical, because I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was. It's like it seems like it's a bunch of mobile app stuff that's going to be streaming to and from your Xbox. And because that's attached to your TV, that's why you have Internet Explorer on your TV, because you can get it on your phone or something like that.
So it's like Because like you would send a movie you're watching to your tablet, and then or from the movie your tablet that you're watching to your Xbox, and then you get these neat little interesting facts about the movie while it's not playing on your tablet and on your smartphone. It's like, why would I want this while I'm watching the movie? It's like, the whole time I was just raging.
You don't like fun trivia facts?
No, I do not.
This person who got their hair done at this exact moment while this scene was being filmed or something?
Well, I mean, there was a part of it that I thought was, it has potential where they showed how, like, the tablet or whatever could be used as, I mean, it was essentially a remote play, I think. I mean, they were showing, like, picking plays on the tablet for Madden on your TV. And
that's the other thing.
It's basically like Wii U now.
Really reused stuff. Yeah,
oh yeah,
exactly.
That's what it was. It's
really Wii U-y.
Like very Wii, yeah, very Wii.
And it's kind of bad because it's like Nintendo. This is the same thing that happened with the Wii initially, because it's like they started something and everybody's like, oh, this looks interesting, and then they wanted to jump on the motion control train, and then it's just like they started doing the 3DS thing, and it's like, oh, 3D sounds interesting, let's jump on that too. And now it's like the Wii U's doing the tablet controller and the TV thing, and now everybody's like, hey, let's jump on that too. So it's like Nintendo should probably just stop announcing things until E3 starts, and it's like, okay, we got you now, because you won't know until we do it. So
you're gonna open the box and find a video of Iwata in there explaining your name,
basically,
because they haven't shown it before. So this thing is a tablet. We didn't want to show it because everyone copies us. You know it's true.
Basically. So it's like, I don't know, poor Nintendo though. And it's funny because people are always like so negative about some of the stuff they do before they do it, but then everybody wants to copy it. So it's like, how does that even? It's like that's not even cool.
I just think it's very interesting now. It sort of changes the way I've perceived. Like, I mean, everyone was saying, oh, Xbox and PS3 or Microsoft and Sony, they have to get on the next gen because Wii U is coming out this gen or this year, so they got to get out at least next year. But now, they're adding this functionality which seems very similar to the Wii U, and to me that feels like it takes away a lot of Nintendo's power for being the only one out. It's like, well, I can do these tablet things on the Wii U, or I can do these tablet things which are basically the same from my point of view. I mean, developers, who knows what they have to go through to get it working, but from the user end, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, I have a second screen. I can do other stuff on this second screen that integrates with the game I'm playing on my main screen. And
although it does come down to kind of like a hardware cost, though, too, when you think about it, because even though these functions may be similar, you have to keep in mind, if you don't already own a tablet or a 360 and all this extra stuff, it's like now you're buying all, because it's kind of like, what do you call it, the Wii pricing or something, where you start off with one package and you have to buy all these extra add-ons for it.
So I got one controller, but I need 4, and...
So then it'll essentially turn into that, because it's like, okay, now I need to buy Kinect, now I need to buy a 360, now I need to make sure I have an iPad or a Windows 8 tablet, because I didn't know those existed. So it's like...
Well, there's a possibility. Like, they could come out with, say, a Windows 8 tablet that is maybe similar in price to the Wii U. I mean, it only has to be cheaper than the Wii U, which isn't necessarily going to be cheap. I mean, if the Wii U comes out at $300... you sell your tablet for $250 as like a Windows 8 tablet, and it can do all of this stuff, and it integrates with the Xbox that the assumption is you already have.
Well,
so, like basically the point is to not get you to buy a Wii U, get you to buy something that works with our products.
But you don't need to connect for the smart glass, do you? It's just that was just a tablet thing. Okay, just making sure. 'Cause I was about to say if you
if you have to buy all that, then it's like
there's a whole other
hard.
$50 right there.
Like a $50 tablet.
Do those even exist?
Yeah, that's like the thing that the exec said that on stage, like that just pissed me off. He was like, "So for the tablet you already have, and the smartphone you already have," I was like, "Dude, I do not have either of those.
They have these.
They cost money." I think you should ask STFU and get off the stage, because I want to hear about some games, not some crap out to buy to have some features I don't want or need. Thanks.
And then there's the thing, too, because even though the function portion, you have to keep in mind, then it's also Nintendo's, they have their own, like, game section, too, so you won't be able to get, like, Nintendo games on your Smart Glass 360 enabled contraptions that are going on here, so it's like there's still that, too, that can save Nintendo from...
Yeah, because Or what they showed in the demo, it's like, oh, here's a sports game. Oh, here's Halo. And I was like, you're 0 for 2. Come on.
And it's even better now because now Nintendo can get all these third-party games multi-platform that they were missing out on before because they were like, oh, the Wii can't handle it, but the Wii U can. So they have that going for them, too, in addition to now they have their own first-party support and stuff, too. So now they can still get their Call of Duties and have all these functional differences and everything and still... So I guess like you were saying, Microsoft would have to figure out a way for it to be, like this whole package to be cheaper than the Wii U to make sure they can beat it out. But I don't know. From what I was seeing, though, it wouldn't like make me run out to go buy a tablet so I could, do this stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I guess I can't really speak from that standpoint anymore because we do have a tablet. But for people like Joe, who's been talking about, I don't care about Nintendo games at all. There are clearly some people out there like that.
Yeah, but he doesn't like.
Well, I mean, yeah. double assumptions here. Assuming that he is Joe, except that he likes Xbox.
He's not Joe at all?
Joe in quotation marks. Likes in quotation mark. No.
So basically, this whole
Metroplex.
lie. But yeah. I forgot. Was it part of their negative or their mixed thingies that we were going through?
Well, I mean, for Tekken and you probably all negative. I think I'm on the mixed for that. I mean, I think there's some neat stuff that can happen there, but they've talked a lot about these types of things where
didn't they also
like there was like live anyway.
They're rolling it all out like this fall, so it's not even coming anytime soon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's not any time soon. It's only like a few months away. It is June, guys.
Well, I mean, last time they said fall, it came out end of November was when we got this new Xbox experience. So.
Well, technically, it still was fall. I mean, they didn't lie.
Well, it's not just that, though. Like, a lot of things, like, when they rolled out this new Xbox dashboard, a lot of stuff that they had said was going to be part of it wasn't in there. And then another part of that was a lot of the things costed, there was, like, additional hidden costs that they didn't talk about when they were getting everyone excited about it. So
that's why Trioptical had, like, that part where he was like, I'm just waiting for them to say when it's coming out and if there's any hidden fees.
Yeah.
On the press releases.
And basically, you're going to get the press release and it's like, oh, look, we have, what did they announce?
They had their ESPN stuff.
Yeah, it's like, oh, live 24/7 ESPN. It's like, okay, I'm going to look at the press release, though, and it's going to say, oh, you have to be, I don't know, a subscriber to Comcast. And you have to have basic cable, or you have to have extended cable. So basically, what you want me to get is ESPN cable, and then I can stream it through my Xbox. So like that is totally the thing I want to do. But that's the kind of deals that exist in this sort of thing. Cable companies seem to hate us.
I mean, I think there's more just desperate cash grabbing. Yep. That's what it is.
So yeah, like that sort of experience has tainted. That's why it's mixed. Like, well, okay, this sounds cool, but what is it gonna really be like when it comes out? Are we really gonna? Are there gonna be games like? Is Madden really gonna have smart glass integration, or is that something that you just decided, hey, look, this is something that you understand. Picking plays without anyone seeing your plays. Or, stuff like that. We will see.
We will see.
Any other negatives?
The entire conference.
Yeah, I was waiting. I thought you would have a really long spiel here.
I didn't want to go on some rant and take up the entire. There's just so much, just so much. But yeah, and it's funny because their conferences seem to have they seem to be just taking the same format where it starts. They open with one of their exclusive games, then they go into their whole Connect casual internet browser section, and then they end it with Call of Duty, and it's like, well, we've seen this all before, so you can go ahead and just,
Yeah, I
get
thought
off
that was the
stage.
funny thing. It's like, oh, this year we didn't start with Call of Duty, but we'll end with Call of Duty.
Wow, we're
Ooh.
changing it up.
I'm so shocked. So I don't know, and that's why I don't understand why their conference is so long, because it's like there's just so much stuff they could have just not shown and still been okay. And I don't know.
It is pretty funny, because clearly they understand that, okay, the games part is really exciting, so we open with that, and then, more games that are really exciting, so we'll end with that. And so we have this middle part. What are we going to put in the middle?
Sandwich.
Like, well, we'll just put a lot of boring stuff in the middle part. And it's like, if you know it's boring, why are you showing it here?
It's true.
E3 now is all about people at home watching it. Yeah, there are guys at the show, but we're so distrustful almost of journalists now. It's just like, oh,
should be.
paid off for review. Oh, look, fanboys writing about this, how Smart Glass is so great. So, a lot of people don't care about what they think anymore. That's why it's streamed live. That's why we all get to see it now. And if we all get to see it, wouldn't you just want to show all your best stuff and then sort of announce the other stuff? Like, if you want to really, Internet Explorer is coming to Xbox Live, we don't need
just release that in a press release or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't even major.
Or if you are going to show it, at least it should be something really cool. We basically just watched a Prometheus trailer. Like, well, we could do
I've
that.
seen that online plenty of times.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching on my computer with Internet Explorer that you're going to put in an Internet Explorer on another thing that I have elsewhere in the house.
So, yeah, that was kind of... They could have just... Yeah, like I said, there's like a lot of things they could have just released in like press releases and kind of condensed their show a bit. I mean, even if they would have just made it like a half an hour of rapid-fire trailers, I still would have been okay with that. And not even had to hear, oh, and now for something different, here's your Usher concert. Oh, wait, we're not done yet. Here's your random celebrity football player who hasn't played football in like 40 years to come show off this game you probably don't care about. Here's your other crap that you don't care about. Here's Connect because we got to put that in everything. And it's just like, nobody cares. Why'd they even... It's just ridiculous. I don't even... Microsoft, honestly.
I gotta say, Usher concert new low, because it's like, I'm here for the game.
And it's not even the first time they've had like musical performances at their show too, so it's not even. So you can't even be like, oh, at least this is only a one-time thing. No, they've done this before, so it's not even.
Well, the Beatles Rock Band wasn't that bad.
And then there was that year Duffy was there performing for some karaoke game.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Because you blocked it out of your mind. That's our repressed memories.
These are the things that we won't remember.
Thanks, RPG, for bringing that back up.
This is why we repress things. So we can bring them up later. I'm going to be in like a psychologist's office and be like, you know what? The Microsoft conference was one of the worst moments of my life. And that's where it just all spiraled. Because of them and their horrible conferences. So, it's just, yeah. Yeah. So, is it time for Sony yet?
Well, do you have any mixed things from the conference, RPG?
Yeah. No, I lied. It was all just bad. There's really no... I mean, no.
Yeah, I don't think I'm mixed on anything. I'm either...
I just want to say I'm pretty...
Totally for or totally against.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to say if there's anything that was like slightly good enough to kind of make me interested, but still not that good because it was still Microsoft's kind of thing. So it's not. So everything was pretty much just, yeah, this is just awful, or yeah, I just don't care. So.
Well, I guess I'm kind of mixed on the Xbox Arcade stuff, because I was really looking forward to that, and like what they showed, it was not gameplay, it was just CG trailer crap, and I was like, what? So.
Yeah. There's something about a crazy motorcycle, some cubes trying to eat this sphere because he's round and not all blocks them. Just racism all over again. I don't know what's up with these games today.
And when they showed like the Fable, the Journey trailer, it's like, oh, it's just a trailer, no gameplay. Or I was like, what?
Well,
it wasn't like a demo. I mean, I'm sorry. I was just like, what? No way.
There was that guy doing Hadoukens and stuff in the trailer, and it looked like stuff was happening. Although no one still knows how that game works. Is it like on rails? Is it just you? See, this is the kind of stuff they should have been answering instead of giving us impromptu concerts for more games they didn't show gameplay of. Honestly, Microsoft, you just suck so much.
And the the Gears Judgment thing is too it was over way so fast. I was like, oh, okay.
And then what's worse, they showed gameplay stuff for the Gears stuff after the conference was over. On the follow-up shows and stuff, instead of Microsoft being, it would be a good idea, just announce this game. Maybe we should show some stuff off for it. But no, we can't do that. There's internet browsers to talk about and all those fun fitness games you guys love so much to play with and get smart shoes, which they have now. I don't even know how that makes sense. I don't need a computer in my shoe.
Well, I guess I'm mixed on Splinter Cell, Sam Fisher not having the same voice actor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Very different.
Didn't we just clean himself up? He stopped smoking and all this stuff. So,
so his voice is all good now.
He no longer has to learn about
American Idol.
And it's he's taken a few vocal classes, learned how to speak a few languages, cultured himself up a bit. And so they had to change the voice actor a little bit. Maybe it's the same guy. He just got all cleaned up in real life, and he's like, hey, let me change the little voice of this guy I'm voicing, because I'm in a better place now, while I'm killing dudes. So, I don't know.
I guess I'm also mixed on the new exclusive games that they announced for Xbox Live Arcade, although I guess they didn't really announce what they were for. Loco Cycle, which is from Twisted Pixel.
It's the crazy game.
Yeah, it's a motorcycle that speaks 50 languages.
It's like Knight Rider, except with the motorcycle.
Maybe. There was no gameplay, again, the negatives.
Well, I mean, of course there wasn't, but you can all make guesses.
I guess the other thing about that made me mix is that Sin Gods game was just too similar to Shadow of the Colossus, so I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was really funny. Like, new gods, and then they show a guy climbing up a thing. And I was like, is he climbing up a god? Is it a literal title?
Hey, it's truth in advertising.
Climb up the god.
That's how we do it now. Soon there's going to be games called Shooter and
Push buttons.
Shooter isn't there.
Push buttons, twiddle sticks.
Western RPG, the RPG. It's just going to be all kinds of fun shenanigans going on.
The third one was a Connect game, Matter or something. It's
Matter.
Supposed to be from the producer or some guy involved in creating the Pirates movies. I'm not really sure why that should be exciting in games, but
what is
okay.
Is that not a good qualification for a game maker? Is that not how this works? You can't be a big time movie maker and automatically make an awesome game? Is that not how programming games works at all? Because if that's not, then I'm screwed. So screwed. But yeah, did they even give a release window for these games that they were talking about at all? Did they say it was it's going to be in our winter lineup of?
I don't think so.
Oh, well then, can't even get excited about those because. When they might be coming out. That is fantastic.
And then, I guess the final mix thing is Black Ops 2 is exclusive or timed that was very confusing near the end.
I really don't think it's exclusive. I don't think Activision would shoot themselves in the foot like that. Not when they could sell gajillions and jillions when it's multi-platform.
It's not like people won't buy it just because it doesn't come out the same day. I mean, they did the same thing with the map packs, and they still sell, so...
Also, it's timed exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be exclusive.
I'm looking now, and I can't find it anywhere. I mean, you would think that would be huge news for people who like to argue about these things, which is N4G.
Basically.
But, it's not on there. It's like, is it supposed to be?
Which means not.
Yeah. I don't know. That's very...
I still think it just might be a DLC thing. It might not even be the game itself that's time exclusive. So...
I was gonna say for that Matter game, it comes out in 2013, but there's not a month. It's for Kinect.
But
Okay. Oh yeah, it's a Kinect
So in other
game,
words,
right.
it can come out anytime. 2013. It's gonna be a good year when Nothing I Want comes out. Good times.
Did we announce Dance Central 3? Or did we talk about that?
We just
didn't
talked about
announce it.
But it exists, and that's all we
talked
know.
about the impromptu concert that happened when it was supposed to be
I didn't
featured.
even know it was tied to a game until...
Exactly.
Like, what's happening? It's like, yeah, Usher's here. He loves Xbox.
I just
Woo!
it's like is he promoting them or what's going on right now? I was half expecting him to like replace Girl in his song with Xbox or something and be like, I want to lay you down, Xbox. It's like, really? Just product placing our stuff and plus stuff? So, I don't know. And even the gameplay was covered up by his pyrotechnics and stuff, and it wasn't even like real time, like his choreography and stuff. So you could tell it was a video of them just pasting it on the back monitor. So
Wait, so is Usher tied to Dance Central in some way?
No.
he has a song in it, I guess. That's about it.
Or dance moves of his that are in his video or whatever that are in the game. Yeah.
Oh,
Every time you go and play
so there
them.
is a tie-in. It's not like,
Oh,
this
he
is
was
a
just
music
random
game.
guy.
Here is a music person.
No, it wasn't that random. He does have like a song featured in the game or something.
Okay.
So it wasn't just like, hey, you guys like music, right? Here, have some. Just start parading in random artists. Like have a half an hour concert. Everybody's like, so what happened to the games 15 seconds ago?
It's weird, yeah. No, I actually did think that's what they were doing.
No. He did mention something like before he came out on stage, something about how
He had like a video and he was talking.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I worked with the people so they can have my choreography or something, and then he came out and performed to a blank screen before they actually showed the gameplay at the end. It was like, oh, right, this is still about a game, guys. Put the game up on the monitor. Forgot all about that. So.
See, that was like the weird thing, because like I was like, okay, so is he gonna play it? 'Cause that'd be pretty cool. And then like he wasn't playing it, and then like video came on, and like it was kind of synced to his moves at the time, and I was like, oh, is he playing it right now? And after he's like, no, it's just recorded. And then like the video like switched between like stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not live. So I was like, oh, okay.
You can tell it was not, and not mention he had like 5 backup dancers with him, so you know they weren't all doing it together. So it's like the connector
We know Connect only supports 2 people.
This isn't right.
Wow. All right, then. I guess my version was more hilarious in my mind. Like, random music acts. Like, yeah, I know you're all asleep, so let's play something loud. Woo!
That would have been far more entertaining than the actual conference itself, though, to tell you the truth, because I would have been too busy laughing at everything going on to be concerned about that. But it probably still would have been 10 times better than the conference as a whole if they would have just had random artists come on.
Yeah, I guess to add that to another negative for me, it's just like it was another by the numbers conference from Microsoft of, yep, our MO is this, and here you go.
It's true.
Completely safe.
No big surprises. It was just, here are our third parties who love us. Here's the few first party offerings that we have left. And here's all the stuff that Xbox does that has nothing to do with gaming.
In other words, everything. So, yeah. And the sad thing is that took up like an hour of their conference, of their hour and a half long conference. Which, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, from like my wish or one or whatever it was for it like to be more social, I think the Miiverse will nail that more. So I'm hoping there'll be more details about that tomorrow.
It's the Miiverse. It's like a universe of Miis. That sounds awesome already. Oh my God, is it Nintendo time yet? I mean, what? Microsoft conference? Yeah.
All right, so are we done here with this dead horse that we've beaten?
I want to beat it some more. I got a shot.
It's not alive yet.
I was about to say. We just dug up the one from last year. Like, we'll just take this horse and go ahead and start beating it viciously. Because, like, what's the point?
Are you really digging up of the Microsoft Force carcass? Yes.
Because, like I was saying, this would have been an awesome bridge conference. Like, after I got all excited from Sony, it's like, oh my God, I'm totally going to buy a Vita. Then I would have watched, like, Microsoft and be like, I hate gaming now. And then when it went back to Nintendo, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm back on board for all this. So, yeah.
Good times.
But now I'm going to be all ridiculously excited for the next 2 days because now I have Sony and Nintendo to go through. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, yeah, I think we're done.
All right.
Just like Microsoft.
This has been a good reaction for Microsoft's E3 for 2012 press conference. We'll have more audio of stuff coming up over the next couple of days about our impressions from E3 and stuff, and maybe some video too on Google Plus. We'll see. And thanks for listening. And until next time, we're in this podcast, and we're now signing off. Rap day, wee wee, peace, peace, woo! E3 2012, woo!